Aloha, friends. Today's topic is spirituality evolving. Um, so I don't want to say stuck. I went down the rabbit hole on this one, um, and it was in regards to something else, a little bit different topic. But the other day, I was listening to something, and a person asked a question about full disclosure. And the host of the show said, "Oh, well, the question was like, how will full disclosure um, be handled by the ETs?" And the person that answered the question, I don't remember who it was, but they said, "Oh, it will be a slow process, but it's not the ET's first rodeo regarding this subject with Earth." And it kind of shook me for a little bit. I mean, not like, oh my god, but I was like, oh wow, that's interesting. Um, and then I thought about it, and I was like, oh yeah, because people have said that we have ruined our civilization a few times, right? We've um, killed off ourselves or something like that, like 4 or 5 times, maybe. Um, so I was like, oh okay, that makes sense. That um, they came down and tried to save us a few times. Uh, but then I started thinking, like, okay, clearly ETs are evolved, have been evolved for a very long time, and they have a full understanding of how like spirituality works. And maybe this is where like a flaw of mine, where I'm like joining the two, like ETs and spirituality are the same and they are different, but for some reason in my head, I'm like, they're together, they're related. Um, but I know they're not. But I don't know why I can't separate the two. But, anyways, um, I just I found it interesting to think like, these guys have always known a lot more than we have down here or here. Um, on Earth, and uh, it's weird because every time I want to say something, it's like I feel like I'm not contradicting myself, but like I want to say, oh, they're up there watching us, but they're not necessarily up there. They're here also, and so it's like, well, you can't really say that because that's not true. They're not up there watching us. They're here, like all around us, below us, above us, on the same plane as us. Um, Well, that's what I choose to think. So, anyways, moving on. Um, they've always had this awareness. So then I was thinking, like, well, then is spirituality evolving? Since maybe they're not. They meaning our galactic friends, because they have full awareness, right? Um, maybe the ones that is evolving is us, and we're the ones that are expanding and growing and learning more. And it's not spirituality. It's spirituality is fixed. It's done. It's complete. It's whole. And we're the ones that are growing and becoming more aware or raising our awareness, whatever, to it. And it kind of got me thinking about the whole veil thing, because that was another spin out where I kind of didn't I kind of well, the term, the veil, there's a veil and it's thinning, that whole concept never, well, I don't want to say never because I don't like to speak in absolutes, but it just really didn't resonate with me. It hasn't resonated with me forever or for a long time, not forever. But for a long time, it just never sat right with me. Um, Only because it's to imply that there's an obstruction, a curtain, a wall that we can't see through, or that's preventing us from having full awareness. And I disagree with that. I disagree with that whole mindset and thought because I think we have access to everything. But do we know how to access it? No. And so to imply that there's something covering up our awareness, I think is misleading. Um, I think we just have to increase our awareness or open our minds a little more. Um, yeah, so basically, that's what I've been thinking about the last, well, for a little bit, the whole concept. Um, I asked a couple people, and I think some people are of the mindset that spirituality is evolving in, and I could see why people say that, but I don't know. For some reason, I just don't. It doesn't sit well with me. Well, not like, oh, I just don't agree with it. It just doesn't. It's not hitting right, and just like the whole veil thing. I always, at first when I didn't know nothing, when I first joined this community and I heard about the veil and everything, I was like, oh okay, yeah, and then it just didn't like it wasn't working for me. But then I started to think like, what if the veil isn't a thing, but it's like, what if it's not like an obstruction of some whatever, like a lace curtain or a brick wall. But what if it's just an awareness or a frequency, something that you have to tune into? Because that's different, right? That's not the same as uh, something covering it up. It's just the ability to see something or perceive something or to be mindful of or in the presence of. Um, it kind of changes the whole perception of it, like something is being blocked from us, and I don't think that's the case. I think we have access to everything and anything, but we just don't know how to access it, um, for whatever reason. Maybe God said no, you don't need to know that, or it doesn't serve the purpose that you came here or I came here for, to know everything and have access to everything. And so maybe that's why I can't levitate at this moment or walk through a wall. Um, but it's not impossible. And yeah, so it'd be an interest. I think um, it'd be interesting to know what you all think. Only, I mean, not only, but a lot of you guys have been in this space for a long time and have experienced and witnessed a ton, and you probably uh, have gone down this rabbit hole in the past or questioned or something, and maybe I'm missing some perspective on this as to why I think this way, or I'm starting to feel it this way, that spirituality is not evolving, and it's us that are evolving. Um, Maybe that there really is no veil that everybody talks about, and the veil is just our inability to tune into something. I don't know. I don't know why. It's interesting that I get stuck, not stuck, but like I lock into words, and um, by doing so, it creates definition for me, which is kind of good. But then it also, I would say, it could pigeonhole me into something, and I wonder if that's like maybe with these two things, maybe I'm being pigeonholed by my need for structure or clear definition. Like if the wrong word is used, it throws me off, um, because that word sets the definition for something. And I wonder if that's what's going on here. Like maybe there is a veil, but it shouldn't be called a veil. It should be called something else. Or my lack of like, or my rigidity to language and definition is what's holding me back. Maybe that's what's going on here. I'd like to know. It'd be cool if some of you could share your thoughts on anything or everything that I said. Um, Only because it's something that I really am trying to understand. Um, and maybe you guys already figured it out, and I'm the one that's you know missing a key perspective, and then all of this will just kind of like resolve itself. But yeah, I guess it's a short one today. Just a big topic, but you know, maybe you don't have to just keep going on and on. Maybe my videos should be a little bit shorter, only because I do ramble a lot, like now. Um, but yeah, it would be cool if you guys could share your thoughts on anything and everything on anything, whatever I said. Um, your opinions, they are valued, and they are welcome. And disagreement is okay too. I encourage that. I like that actually because it makes me think even more. Um, I like to try to see things through other people's eyes. Um, I think that helps me get clarity on stuff. I try not to stay locked in, but I do get locked in a lot. I notice because I have to have definition, and words mean a lot to me, I guess. It's very interesting. But anyway, get down in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.